Okay, this poem is, so for this poem, this was for an encyclopedia show in Chicago. It was a poem on a certain theme. This one was about funerals, and I was assigned to Abraham Lincoln's funeral train. This is a poem called, you have to picture me as like a picture of Abraham Lincoln. So you know how he always looks like super dignified and kind of sad, and he has like the big beard and the top hat, and his face has like super respectable looking wrinkles in it. This is called, it's about depression. Okay, this is called A Picture of Abraham Lincoln Speaks to the Actual Abraham Lincoln. Mr. President, you should thank me. I am all that is left of you, and I look like the type of man that wins wars. Looking out over this country as Shiloh falls north, Gettysburg falls north, the Union seizes Atlanta, the slaves are freed in the territory and then throughout the South. Look at this face of mine, sombered by bloodshed but steadfast in victory, that of a man who would spool his own veins to sew this nation whole, who had to be begged not to pick up the musket himself and gallop to Antietam. Who can question your motives after one look at my weary but unrelenting jawline? These knowing eyes scream noble death like a crown of thorns. Also, real talk, I just have a killer fucking beard. Like seriously, look at this thing. I'm like a Hasidic superhero. I'm like a progressive rabbi with future powers. And like, what could make the smartest caveman ever look even more gangster? That is not a rhetorical question. The answer is this hat. This is how I have made the whole world see you. A steadfast emancipator, a rock, half man, half allegory. Half vampire killer. Hired only because he donated his adrenaline to the greater good, the kind of guy who saves the country and still makes the play. Always stately and always with an awesome beard. But there's so much I don't show. Your voice. How you were always a soprano, how 77 years ago came out less of a bellow than a chirp. The pundits today would take to your cadence like jackals until you were addressing Gettysburg in a pitch-altered soundbite. I don't show why your eyes were truly so weary. How your boys Edward and Tad only saw America when their ashes rode your funeral train. How up to the afternoon of your death, you were still conducting seances for them while Mary Todd mourned until she could only blink at Jesus from the asylum. But even before all of this, you were a house struggling to stand. They called it melancholia at the time, an ailment of the spirit. How even back in Kentucky, you would wake before the rooster after not sleeping at all. How getting out of bed was bravery. How it was a bravery you could never be proud of. How it was a bravery I can't help but hide. I'm sorry. You're welcome for the beard though, man. Because like seriously, it's just the bomb.